What's up y'all, this is Marcus, your Asian tennis boy, and today I'm going to be doing a playtest of the latest line of rackets from Yonex, the Percept. So this is actually a revitalized version of the Vcore Pro lineup with a new name for less confusion and some added technology. Most notably, they emphasize the flex in the shaft while keeping the racket head stiff and stable, which is meant to create more responsiveness and feel on the ball, which is why the slogan is to reimagine control and redefine creativity with the Percept. Aesthetically, I've read some people saying that this looks like Bulbasaur. I think it looks more like the Evolution line's Ivysaur or Venusaur with a slight touch of pink, but it's quite an on-point description and the colorway is definitely something that's unique in the current market. To be honest, I'm not super familiar with Yonex rackets, and I even purchased a 2019 version of the Vcore Pro because I liked the color. But overall, I find Yonex rackets to have a signature muted feel in their rackets, and what they added for this is a flex technology that makes the racket flex not just forward and back, but also left to right, which actually sounds quite similar to what they did with the Wilson Shift. The Percept line features 6 unique models, but for this playtest, I decided to try just 3 of them, namely the 100D, 97D and the 97H, as the specs for these rackets weren't too dissimilar from the Hit Gravity Pro, which is my racket of choice. I'll share more about my personal racket journey in a separate video, but for now, let's dive into my experience hitting with the new Yonex Percept. The first frame I picked up was the 100D. I was really interested to try this unique 18 by 19 string pattern. In theory, a denser string pattern like the 18 by 20 provides more control, while 16 by 19s give you a bit more power and launch. When hitting with the 100D, I definitely felt a good mix of both power and control compared to the other frames. Balance-wise, I really enjoyed hitting with this. I found myself hitting the sweet spots well and felt like I hit my best shots during the session with this racket. The only thing that I felt was missing was a little bit more plow through and weight behind my shots that I usually enjoy from my Hit Gravity Pro. I think this is because the 100D is much lighter, weighing in at only 300 grams unstrung. If it were up to me, I would probably add a leather grip, add some lead tape to bring it up by another 15 grams while trying to maintain the overall balance and feel of this racket because I really enjoyed that. After the 100D, I picked up the 97D, which is probably the most similar to the Gravity Pro in terms of weight, except for the smaller hit size of 97 square inches and the more open 16 by 19 string pattern. I appreciated the plow through I got on this racket due to its weight at 320 grams, but hitting with this felt slightly weird. Even though I felt like I got more control compared to the 100D, I somehow found myself overhitting and having to control my swings and not swing out too much. This means that the frame had more control and more power at the same time. Power and control is usually inversely proportionate to each other, so it did feel a little strange. I was toggling between the 97D and 100D quite a few times to ascertain these differences because I really liked the plow through that I got with a heavier frame, but also really enjoyed the balance and the whole feel from the 100D. So after a few switches, it was clear that I enjoyed the 100D much more. The last racket I tried was the 97H, the heaviest out of all 6 models, weighing in at a whopping 330 grams unstrung. Okay, it's not that heavy, but definitely heavier compared to its counterparts. I actually purchased the 2019 version of the Yonex Vcore Pro HG just because of aesthetic reasons. I really like the green and gold, which look really classy. My experience with that version of the Vcore Pro was amazing precision and control, but lacking in power and depth. I also felt it was slightly sluggish in the air and I wasn't able to generate as much racket head speed as I would have liked. The Percept 97H isn't too different, but I felt it was slightly less sluggish, but still pretty much the same overall in terms of the feel and the ease of swinging the racket. And that concludes my humble review from my playtest of the Percept. I wouldn't say it's much of a review, but maybe more of like my feedback based on my game, my level, and my current preferences in a racket. Special shout out to Melvin from Leisure Sports for the invite, and to Yonex Sunshine Singapore for making this playtest happen. If you have any other questions about the racket or have your own experience hitting with it, do let me know in the comments below and I'd love to hear from you. And if you'd like to get your hands on the racket, you can head over to the link below. I believe it's already out on the August 25th, so you can get your hands on it immediately. Well, that's it from me today. This is my first long-form video and more to come. I should be starting on a new content series called Tennis on Tour, where I document myself playing tennis in different parts of the world, and my next playtest will be on grapple snake strings. So if that's something that you enjoy, please subscribe, like this video, and also turn on the bell notification below to stay tuned for the next content to come. Till then, keep learning and keep playing tennis.